In 1950, two mathematicians created a game so simple a child could understand it. But it's so deep it explains why nations go to war, why companies cheat, and why you and your partner argue about who does the dishes. It's called the prisoner's dilemma. And after watching this video, you'll never make decisions the same way again. Imagine this. You and your partner in crime are arrested. The police separate you. No talking, no texting, no plan. The detective walks in and says, "Here's the deal. Betray your partner and you go free. He stays in prison for 10 years. Sounds tempting, right? But there's a catch. They're offering the exact same deal to your partner in the other room. Now you have 4 possible outcomes. If both of you cooperate and stay silent, you both get 1 year in prison. If you cooperate but your partner betrays you, you get 10 years and they go free. If you betray them and they cooperate, you walk free and they get 10 years. And if you both betray each other, you both get 5 years. So, what do? Take 5 seconds. Really think about it. Most people say, "I'd cooperate. I'd trust them." But when scientists actually ran this experiment, a staggering 65% of people betrayed their partner. Why? Because betrayal is always the safer individual choice. Let's break it down. If your partner cooperates, betraying sets you free instead of getting you 1 year. If your partner betrays, betraying gives you 5 years instead of 10. No matter what they do, betrayal is your best personal move. That's the paradox. If both of you chase what's best for yourself, you both lose. You each could have had 1 year. Instead, you both end up with 5. And here's the insane part. This same logic repeats everywhere, in wars, in business, even in your daily life. During the Cold War, the United States and the Soviet Union played this exact game with nuclear weapons. Cooperation meant not building more missiles. Betrayal meant building more. Both sides knew that mutual cooperation was the best outcome for the world, but neither side trusted the other not to betray them. The result? They spent trillions of dollars on bombs they never used and lived for decades on the absolute edge of extinction, a global prisoner's dilemma. The same pattern happens in business. In the 90s, Coca-Cola and Pepsi faced a choice. They could both keep their prices high and share the market profitably. That's cooperation. Or one could cut prices to steal customers, even if it hurt overall profits for both. That's betrayal. What happened? They both dropped prices. Sales went up, but their profits crashed. A corporate prisoner's dilemma. And it doesn't stop there. You play this game every single day. Driving to work? Do you let the other car merge or do you cut ahead? At the office? Do you share credit for a successful project or take it all for yourself? In a relationship? Do you admit you were wrong first or do you wait for them to? Every single time you think, if I play nice and they don't, I lose. You are stuck inside a prisoner's dilemma. It's not really about logic or morality. It's about risk, trust, and fear. Humans are wired to protect themselves from the sting of betrayal, even when cooperation would ultimately help everyone involved. But here's where things get really interesting. What if you didn't play the game just once? What if you had to play it over and over again with the same person? Because the moment you repeat the game, everything changes. This is called the iterated prisoner's dilemma. It means you play the same game multiple times with the same opponent. And suddenly, betrayal stops being the obvious choice. Why? Because now your decisions have an echo. What you do today changes how they'll treat you tomorrow. Your reputation starts to matter. In 1980, a political scientist named Robert Axelrod ran a global tournament to figure out the best strategy. He invited mathematicians, psychologists, and computer scientists to submit programs that would compete in a repeated prisoner's dilemma game. There were 14 different strategies submitted. Some were incredibly complex, some were sneaky, some were just aggressive. The winner? The simplest of them all. It was a 4-line program called tit for tat. Here's how it worked. Rule 1. On the first round, always cooperate. Rule 2. On every round after that, just do whatever your opponent did to you in the previous round. If they cooperated, you cooperate. If they betrayed you, you betray them right back. That's it. 2 simple rules, yet it crushed every single advanced algorithm. Why was it so effective? Because it perfectly balanced being kind, tough, and forgiving. It was kind because it never betrayed first. It was tough because it punished any betrayal immediately. And it was forgiving because the moment the other player returned to cooperation, it did too. Over hundreds of rounds, this simple rhythm of cooperate, mirror, forgive created more stability and more total gain than any ruthless or selfish strategy. And that's the real lesson here. In a world of repeated interactions, the smartest move isn't domination, it's building a reputation for being reliable. Let's test that idea in real life. Think about your neighborhood. You see the same people every day. The driver who lets you merge today is probably the same one who will be behind you at the grocery store tomorrow. That's why small, local communities often show much more cooperation than strangers in big cities. It's an iterated game. Businesses behave the same way. Companies that compete in the same industry for decades eventually find an unspoken balance. They learn that endless betrayal, price cuts, attack ads, corporate sabotage only destroys both sides in the long run. Long-term cooperation becomes a survival strategy. And relationships? They are the purest form of the iterated game. If you know you're going to see someone again, tomorrow, next week, or every day for the rest of your life, the smart play is to build trust. Because one betrayal in a single round can poison the next 10. Cooperation doesn't come from just being a good person. It comes from understanding that the future exists, that actions repeat, that patterns matter more than one-time wins. Now let's flip the question. What happens when the game is not repeated? When you'll never see the other player again, like at airport security, in online comment sections, or in a one-time business deal. That's when chaos explodes. People cut in line, they shout, they scam, they troll, they cheat. Because when there's no tomorrow, reputation dies. When the game doesn't repeat, the incentive to cooperate vanishes. So here's the rule you can actually use in your own life. Before you decide whether to cooperate or betray, just ask yourself one question. Will I interact with this person again? If the answer is yes, then cooperate. Build the pattern, protect the future relationship. If the answer is no, well, now you understand why airports, traffic jams, and internet forums are the way they are. Because the game never repeats there. And that's the real secret behind the prisoner's dilemma. It's not just a thought experiment from a dusty textbook. It's the hidden structure behind almost every decision we make. A constant battle between trust and fear, between today's win and tomorrow's stability. Every friendship, every contract, every nation, every couple, we're all prisoners deciding whether to talk or stay silent. So the next time you face that choice, remember, winning doesn't always mean beating the other player. Sometimes winning means creating a game that's worth playing again. If you want more videos about how strategy shapes your everyday life, be sure to subscribe. And tell me in the comments, what prisoner's dilemma are you playing right now? Thanks for watching.